G'day guys, welcome back. So we're back into Medieval Dynasty. Just wanted to do a quick update on my horses and also just have a look at a couple of changes that I've made to my village. So let's get stuck into it. So in the previous episode I had built 4 stables and I went on an adventure to buy 2 breeding pairs of horses. And so I ended up spending nearly 60,000 all in all, and I had 3 sets of breeding pairs in the end, and I had 1 spare stable to take the foals, and in the 5 years I got 1 foal, and I got to the point where I nearly gave up, and I just thought, well, surely this year I have to get 1, and I had my best farmers on them, and they never left. They were there the whole 5 years, and I got 1 foal out of them. So basically I sent all my horses to the glue factory and I got 50% of my money back. But yeah, the experiment to be breeding horses doesn't work. And the other thing I was thinking about is maybe I can just go buy 2 foals for the 5,000 each, and then fatten them up and then sell them when they're adults, but you only get 5,000 when they're adults, and you can only buy 2 foals per year season. So yeah, it was a total waste of time. So we're back in the village now, and you can see that there's been a massive change to the village. So all the stables are gone, all of the pigs are gone, my geese, they're gone as well. I still have my donkeys. Okay, I still have 1 stable for my donkeys. They've been producing quite well. I just sold 2 foals, but yeah, she's been a good mare. She is producing, and of course I have Donk, my donkey. So all of this area has been cleaned away from animals. I'll show you what I've done with them now. The farming's still going as good as ever. We're planting flax this season. There's a lot of flax to be planted. They seem to be doing quite well. I've upgraded a couple of things. I've upgraded these barns. But yeah, the flax seems to be all in. Another thing that I did here, I used to have a big 64 by 64 farm, but they could never finish it. You actually need to start 1 person on the corner at the beginning of the season, and they take 3 days to get all the way to the end of the 64 by 64. But because of the way the farms are set up, they always go to another farm first, so they can only ever start the big farm on the 2nd day. But now that I've separated them up into 2 farms, okay, you can see that we're halfway through the 3rd day and they're already being planted, and they will get everything done. So keep away from those big farms. Okay, so let's have a look at the upgrades. Like I said, I've upgraded that barn and the other barn. This is the next one. That's why it hasn't been repaired. Okay, so I built this. I've enclosed my beer production. So I've enclosed my hops and I've enclosed my orchards. I'm going to light this up at night too as well. I'm going to run lights all the way down, so just make it like really nice. I'm slowly building the fence to nowhere, which will follow this all the way along to the next part of the settlement. And as you can see, we've still got our weed here. These 2 plots might end up going soon. This might be where my tavern ends up. But I've also started getting rid of some of the houses and rebuilding houses over the other side. I've upgraded my stalls a little bit, so I'm starting to furnish around the stalls just to make it look a little bit better. You know, put in some, there's a 500 coverlet there. Okay, just to make it look a bit more appealing in the village. This is my metal cellar. So yeah, a couple of little things, bit of iron, a couple of spears, and and pickaxes, that sort of stuff, spear here. I actually had arrows, so I fired arrows into all the walls to make it kind of thing. I even had like 10 arrows into the scarecrow, and then when I reloaded the game they all disappeared, so I'm not doing that again. Here's going to be maybe another stall, if I can fit one in there. I'm not too sure with this rock. If not, this will end up like a garden area or something. I also did something with my blacksmith, so I'll show you that as well. I'm getting to the point now where I've got everyone working, so I don't have to touch them. I know it's a grind. What year am I up to now? I'm up to year 15, so it's taken me 15 years to get to the point where they've all had kids. They've all had 2 kids. I might just get a drink so I don't die. So they've all had their 2 kids now, and then after they've had their 2 kids, that's it. So I think I'm up to 14. 14 is my oldest child, so in the next 4 years I'm going to start getting the children to work as well. So yeah, I've made a little area here for the blacksmith. Okay, she's number 10, so just a little area here to make it look like they're working. So a couple of spears and ingots and that sort of stuff. Still need a bit of lighting here because I actually do sit here at night. It's always hard to get these wooden wheels to sit up against the wall. If you do get them to sit and then they go into the wall and then they bounce around, I had all these set up and then they will kind of conglomerate. So yeah, just a little aesthetic upgrade. All of these houses will eventually go, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to build here, whether I'm just going to go wall down here. My sewing, I haven't crafted an area for that yet, but that's going to happen. Herbalist, I still haven't got a herbalist in there. I don't see any need for it. I've got my excavation and my apiary and my woodshed. So I built a dedicated wood community. So they have both their houses here. They have their own storage and they're going on beautifully. Got their own campfire. So let's go have a look at the new section. Okay, so again, like I said, the idea is that all of these workers' cabins are going to be pulled down. I might just grab some sticks while I'm running past. I need sticks. So these will all go and they will be replaced with the big houses. So I've started with the big house here, so they'll come along this street here, and then that area will either be all tavern and entertainment and waiting for any other updates. But yeah, there's my house. My house might end up on top of the hill up there all by itself. So actually we might get Donkey here. There he is. Okay. Boy Donk. Okay, so I've still got another 2 stalls here. Okay, she's selling at the moment. The idea here was they sort of live in the house, live in these 2 houses, and this is going to be their income. Again, I haven't done any fencing or anything there yet. I still haven't had enough time. The mill, and slowly just extending out these houses along the waterfront so that everyone ends up with these nice big houses and all limestone. And the farming is about at max. Any farming from now on is going to be orchards. Same over here, there will probably be another tavern with some sort of brewing. So this section will end up being some sort of brewer section and wine making, that sort of thing. I might actually move the workshop over here for the clay, so we'll have clay wine bottles, pots, that sort of stuff. But anyway, this is the new section. So I've built another kitchen here, so this dude is just making cheese now. So actually, talking about that, I should put that milk back because he needs that. Okay, so I've increased my production on milk instead of horses. So I built this enclosure for all the animals. Okay, so a big protected area for the animals. I still have 2 horses. If I need space for an extra building, that'll be the first building to go, but I'm currently sitting at 59, so I've still got 6 more buildings I can do. Okay, I've got my pigs back. They're all producing my manure as normal. I dropped down from 3 to 2. I didn't see the need to have any more than that. The manure is coming in quite well. So more than likely I'm going to add another cow store, and that will be adding to my milk production and my cheese production. Cheese is so expensive to sell in this game. I've got my sheep here, my sheeples, and they just give me my wool. And like I said, I've still got 2 of the horses, but I lost 50% of my money. So I've only got them here just because. The geese, okay, so whether I want to get chickens or goats or something, I'm not too sure. I might get goats, they produce milk as well. So I might get some goats and stick them in there with the sheep. I might build a couple of houses in here and try to get all the people that actually work here, put them into their houses, and then also build them some area here to live. But anyway, that's the biggest update I've done so far. If you like this game, please buy it. It's a really great game. I've been playing this nearly upwards of 100 hours just in this one settlement. So this is my 5th settlement, and I've still got lots of big plans, and there's just so much to do all the time. The game keeps updating all the time, which is great. Okay, there's another update in the next month, I think, something like that, a couple of improvements. The game's running really well at the moment, not very glitchy. The bandits can be fun. You can go out and find some bandits and kill people. But yeah, so like I said, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please have a look at this medieval Dynasty game. It's a great game, and I'll catch you later.